Jamie, that was an outstanding speech. Let's give her one more hand of applause. Well, good evening. There's certainly one night each quarter that I look forward to immensely, and it's a night to celebrate our graduates. And my name is Rocky Klitsky. I'm the campus director at Globe University Madison East, and it's my pleasure at this time to introduce our keynote speaker this evening. Coach Dave Richardson is a graduate from the University of Wisconsin-Madison. He holds a Bachelor of Science degree in Physical Education and Health with a coaching and athletic administration emphasis. Dave has 30 years of experience working in several Wisconsin school districts. He has worked in roles as a teacher, administrator, lecturer, and coach. Currently, he works in the Verona Area School District as their head football coach, strength and conditioning coordinator, and physical education teacher. As the head football coach over the past 12 years in Verona, Dave has compiled an impressive 120-30 record with 8 conference championships, 7 of those consecutively, with 7 conference and district coach of the year awards. In addition, Dave has brought the Wildcats to 10 state tournament appearances, 3 quarterfinal teams, 3 semifinal teams, and 1 state final team. Dave and his wife Patty have been married for 22 years and live in Verona with their 2 daughters, Brooke and Lexi. Ladies and gentlemen, Coach Dave Richardson.
That all sounds pretty good. I must say tonight is an honor and a privilege. But I do want you to know one thing. When I got the message that Globe University called, I thought, finally, my big break. A college wants me to coach football. And then I find out there's no football. There's not even an intramural volleyball team at Globe. So what is a high school football coach going to tell a group of college grads? And I got to thinking. For 30 years, I've stood in front of inspired, motivated, dedicated students who wanted nothing more than to be successful. And tonight, I stand in front of inspired, motivated, dedicated students who want nothing more than to be successful. So to be honest, this is nothing more than a pregame speech. And the things that I might tell my players. If you know me at all, you know that I don't coach to the game, I coach to the relationships. So I can't tell you how honored I am to be here and express my thoughts about where you're about to go. First off, getting your degree was not a social event like those snotty little brats at the UW. I know, I was one of them. Best 6 years of my life. I just wish I could remember them. You have worked your tail off to be here tonight. Most of you have faced incredible adversity, and those people who said you can't, or do it this way, or worse yet, said no way. Well, I've got a little story for you about those no-way people. My daughters and I went camping a few years ago. We went out to the Black Hills, and we drove out there, and we got to the outpost, and we unloaded our camping gear. And the cool thing about out there is that you pack it all in. You can't drive to your campsite. So we pack it all on a donkey, and we head out to our campsite. And as we were headed out, we passed campers coming back on the path. And they looked at us and they said, "Why are you loading up that donkey so heavily? That poor animal will never make it to your site." And my daughters and I looked at each other and we said, "Yeah, they're probably right." So I took all the stuff off the donkey and I put it all on my daughters. And off we went. And it wasn't for long that we passed another group of campers coming out. And they looked at my daughters, and then they looked at me like, "You? How could you let your daughters carry all that stuff while you're not carrying anything?" My daughters and I looked at each other and we thought, yeah, they're right. So my daughters loaded all the stuff on my back, and off we went. Soon we passed another group of campers, and they looked at my daughters like, you little brats. How could you make your poor old man carry all that stuff? My daughters said, yeah, they're probably right. And so we decided to put everything back on the donkey, and then we hoisted the donkey up on our shoulders, and off we went. We crossed a bridge over a river, and we lost our footing, and the donkey went into the river and was swept away with the current. Now the moral of that story, the lesson I learned, was that if you listen to your critics and try to please everyone, you will finally lose your ass. Trust yourself, trust your education, and you will always have your donkey with you. Secondly, you have earned this. And let me tell you another little story about earning something and the importance of it. I'm the youngest of 7. Anybody out there the youngest of a big family? You can feel my pain because we got nothing but hand-me-downs. Something new was just something old that was washed. I think I'm still wearing some of my older brother's underwear. We got nothing. But my parents, I was the 7th child. By that time, my parents were old and tired. And I discovered this so that if I needed something or I wanted something, I would pester them. Until finally, they just gave in. I became spoiled. Until I wanted that very special baseball glove. Any Cubs fans in here? You? Back in the day, my favorite player was Jerry Morales. He was a guy that was so cool because he always caught the ball underhand. And I said, I want to be like that guy. And I happened to see what kind of mitt he was wearing. It was a Wilson A2000 XLO. I had to have that mitt. Went to my dad, started tugging on him, said, Dad, I got to have this mitt, I got to have this mitt. My dad finally said, fine, let's go. We took off to the only sporting goods store in Madison at that time. It was called Petrie Sports. It was in the Hilldale Mall. Went there, ran into the store, I did, and pulled the mitt off the rack and showed it to my dad. My dad could care less what the mitt looked like. He just wanted to know how much it was going to cost. He looked at the price tag, $100. He didn't stop laughing until we got home. Needless to say, I did not get that mitt. But I wanted that mitt. And so for the next year, I did everything I could to earn enough money to purchase that mitt on my own. Now back in 1975, 74, when you shoveled a driveway or mowed a lawn or shoveled manure, you got about $1. So that was a lot of work, a lot of time for a 14 or 15-year-old to put in to purchase a mitt. But for a year I did it. I saved my money until I had my $100 and we ran back to Petrie Sports and I bought that mitt. And what I'm here to tell you today is that I'm proud to show you that I still have that mitt. There it is. "35 years later, this is the only mitt I've used. And I attribute it to exactly what it is that I earned it. And 35 years from now, you're all going to look back at this on this night just as proudly as I am to this mitt. Because everyone here has definitely earned your spot here tonight. This is what separates you from the others. You have earned this. You will never take this night for granted. No matter what has happened, what happens next matters. What happens next counts. I'll say that again. No matter what has happened, What happens next matters. What happens next counts. Trust yourself. Trust your preparation. It is game time. And like I've told every football team I've sent out on the field on Friday, it's your time, it's game time. Buckle it up and let's go to work. Congratulations, graduates. I couldn't be more proud of you.